Hello again, welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail. We Paul Schrimpf with the stranger in the chair next door. Where you been for 2 weeks?
Paul, first I was at the Mid-America Crop Life Association meeting in St. Louis, and then I was on vacation because my son had basketball camp, and I was there watching him, and he does a very good job, Paul. I will report to the audience when he is standing still at the free throw line shooting. But in a game situation, when someone's in his face, he panics a little too much. So we got to work on that.
Yeah, well, that's a thing. It's when you get tired or you panic.
I told him he should just get fouled on every play because if he gets to the free throw line, he's golden.
Or he could do what Steph Curry does and jump into the guy in front of him as he's shooting, and then he gets an and one or 2 shots.
Amen.
That never really happens, of course. As Cavaliers fans, that's just us complaining.
No bias.
So, so Macca, you say you're kind of taking over the leadership role on that front, and I assume that meeting went well.
Yeah, the meeting went well. There was a nice little session in there talking about pollinator health, which was very fascinating. It seems like every crop protection company these days has some expert in that area, and expect more on that front as we move forward here in 2018 and beyond.
Yep. So I see John Riefsteck, who's a friend, a farmer of ours, has been taking pictures in his cornfield and outside of Champaign, and it's now I think about a foot above his head.
Wow.
And he's not the hugest guy in the world, but I mean he took it in 2-week intervals, and it was probably about 3 feet above in a 2-week span. And he said he's never seen corn like that in his field. So it's there's some areas that are doing very, very well. It's remarkable. But some things that are challenging now, of course, are tariffs and all the news that's happening around that.
Yeah, Paul, the Chinese and U.S. authorities are going to be having a little tariff war here starting on July 6th. Looks like there's going to be several $100 billion worth of goods on both sides going to be having extra money tariff put on them, including soybean and corn, Paul. For the U.S. growers, that is bad news. Soybean prices now are down about 12% in the last couple of months. Just some numbers and statistics to share. It looks like growers could lose about $624 million during this tariff war if it goes on for too long, because it's estimated that every third row of soybean is actually exported to China, and that represents about 20 cents out of every dollar earned by farmers during 2017. So an extended trade war will not be good news for U.S. agriculture.
Yep. Then we'll see if it's becomes just a series of bluffs or it's for real. I mean, we've seen this, move it out there and then pull it back again, and so I don't know. It's
all in all, though, it's considering that this has been talked about now for about a month. I'm surprised we now have a hard date, July 6th, which is coming up here in 2 short weeks. So
sure.
It's kind of scary. It's gotten this far. So we'll have to see if someone blinks first and who that will be.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be keeping watch on that.
Yeah, and actually, I wanted to say something too. I know that we're doing the mug parade, and we've got some nice new mugs here for this week's show.
Yeah, from our friends at Commoditag.
Thank you, Bruce.
Actually, Bruce and company over at the Equity in Illinois. Now, of course, Commoditag is one of those in response to the growers' interest in cash and carry, service-free kinds of product delivery and order through the internet. So, this is one of the answers to what's going on. There's a number of other ones that are out there now, but we always appreciate the mugs. Keep those mugs a coming, because we're always looking for something new to consume our favorite
shot.
Beverages out of. So, oh my God!
Sorry, couldn't help it.
Really go there.
I could not help it.
So next week you're going to be alone. We have the
you guys will be in South Dakota. Yeah,
South Dakota event, the Accelerator Conference. There's still a couple seats available if you're interested. PrecisionAgAccelerator.com. You can look at registration there. You can send me a note. I can get you hooked up with registration if that's something that you're interested in. Again, it's really great educational program for precision practitioners, precision ag departmental managers. We're going to be digging into the business side of it, like most conferences don't. Most conferences focus on the agronomy, which is great. It's hugely important, but focusing on the business side is what we're all about in
Yeah,
South Dakota.
2 weeks when you're back, we'll get the lowdown on what was said and who was seen.
Yes, you betcha. All right. Well, I think that's it for this edition of Crop Life Retail. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you again next week.